All right, what's happening, y'all? How we doing? Everybody doing okay? We're here to talk about the USBC and the problems we have there, and the what was the other topic? I already forgot what I said I was going to talk about. USBC. Oh, and is bowling dying? Now, some of the things I want to address here. We'll go through a couple of comments here in a minute, but some of the things that I want to address. Let me get rid of some of this music though. That background music is kind of annoying. I thought I deleted it. I thought I turned it off, but I guess not. I'll get rid of it. There it is. All right. So, all right. There we go. Now we got that done. So, will the music continue? I was literally just addressing that. No. So we've got some questions going on. Mike Machuga made a post earlier today, and one of the things that was brought up was about the sport of bowling dying. I have some opinions on this. I think bowling has changed a lot. I wouldn't say it's dying. In fact, I wouldn't say it's even close to dying. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily growing either. I do know that the amount of participants have kept staggering over the years, been up and down from year to year. But as far as the people who say bowling is dying are the ones that are talking about league bowling and stuff. League bowlers are quitting in droves. You got a lot of people that are just, deciding not to bowl league anymore. And where league has died is most of the older generation, or the boomers. They have quit bowling because they've just gotten to the point where they used to bowl 3-4 nights a week, and now they're only bowling maybe one, and most of them are saying, all right, well, everybody's averaging 230, 240. I can't keep up with this. I'm out. Bowling's not the way it used to be. This isn't what I remember from bowling. I don't want anything to do with this. So you do have a lot of get off my lawn type people out there. Yeah, I'll admittedly say I'm kind of one of them. I'm not a huge fan of the way scoring pace is nowadays in leagues and all that good jazz. And even in some tournaments, I'm not a huge fan of the way things have gone. So, um, and then you got people that'll bring up places like Bolero, where very key areas have gotten rid of their leagues, and it's gotten to be a big problem for some places. You've got some places where league bowling was doing pretty good, and people bowled there for years, and all of a sudden you got a Bolero center that comes in and says, "Yeah, well, we want the rec bowlers more than than the than the league bowlers." And in a lot of cases, I understand that decision. That decision makes a lot of sense in a lot of cases. Some of them not so much. Some of them they've failed miserably. They got rid of leagues and then paid the price for it. Thought they could pull in all this open play to make up for it, and just it didn't work out. So that's kind of it was a little bit of an iffy question there. But at the end of the day, I think the majority of their decisions are actually fairly smart when it comes to bowling centers. Now, the one we've talked about this before. We've already talked about the AMF stuff, the Bolero stuff. The one thing most of us agree on is we don't like the dirty centers. We want them to be cleaned up. We want the machines to be in better shape. All those types of things. I think a lot of it is still management, which does start at the top. And I think they will make some moves. They'll do some things a little bit differently. I think, somebody was trying to say that they thought that they would get rid of all leagues at one point. Well, with their new league bowling sanction and the rules committee that they're doing, or the rules that they're doing, thing, whatever it is, it's not going to they're not going to get rid of leagues because of that, because they need the league bowlers for that type of thing. If anything, they're actually going to start bringing leagues back to those other centers. Whether or not they can get those leagues to come back and get the bowlers to come back after the sorry for lack of better words, but the shit show that happened. I don't know. I have no idea. Recreation bowling is probably at an all-time high. People are bowling more than ever. Maybe it will go down now over the next couple of years because of the recession and everything we're going through. Although we're not going to get into the political part of it, but going through a little bit of a downturn when it comes to our economy. So it's putting less money in people's pockets. Gas prices are up, all these things. So it makes things a little bit more expensive. Inflation is getting crazy. A lot of things are more expensive. So that means less expendable money, so less money that you can spend on going out and doing things that you enjoy. But hey, real quick, while I got you all here, I forgot to tell you, first thing I probably should have said is there is a new ball giveaway for the members. If you are a member of the channel on the JR Raymond channel, if you're on the BowlerX channel, you can just at the end of this or whatever, whenever you want to, skip over to my channel and click the join button. Here's the link for the giveaway. Once you become a member, there should be a link in this as well. You can be able to join. Once you become that member, you click on this and enter that giveaway. I'm giving away a ball of choice, whatever bowling ball you want. As long as it is listed on BowlerX.com, that is a ball that you can get. So we're doing a ball of choice. This will start now and will end at midnight on Sunday, the 31st. So make sure to get your entries in for that. For those of you who have already become a member, who are already a part of that, make sure to click that link and enter for your chance to win a free bowling ball. I'm just going to pick a random member to win. So it's up to you. If you're a member, good. If you're not, you're missing out. So I haven't done a giveaway in a while, so I'm like, probably should do that. So we're going to do that now this month. So I know there was a few months ago, I did 3 or 4 in a month. So to try to make up for some of the months that missed and stuff. So a couple of the giveaways gave away 2 bowling balls. One on the Masters, one was just 1, and this one will be 1 for now. And then once the new season starts, we'll kick it off again and we'll do some more. But anyway, yeah, my take on bowling is I've got some numbers in front of me that are really important here that I think kind of puts it into perspective a little bit in an area that is really important for bowling, which is youth bowling. People want to say, well, they see the leagues dying and this and that. But when I go to tournaments, I see more people bowling tournaments now. Entries are up in most tournaments all over the place. The amount of tournaments there are is kind of obscene. It's ridiculous how many things. You can find something to bowl pretty much every weekend of the year. So if you were really, really good, and you wanted to, if you didn't care about traveling and all that, you could bowl something every single weekend. You could find something to bowl every weekend, and you could probably make pretty good money doing it. So, but anyway, so my one point to saying bowling's not dying, if anything, it's growing, and the interest will get better and better. As long as the PBA keeps doing what they're doing, as long as the PBA keeps growing in the direction that they're growing, doing the things that they're doing for the events, promoting players, doing all the right things for the events, like they are right now, in my opinion. I do think some things could be better, but we're all going to critique because we want to see it be the best that it could possibly be. As long as it keeps going in that direction, the youth have somewhere to go. The youth have something to look forward to. Unfortunately, league bowling just isn't what the youth look forward to anymore. Most of the kids that are bowling all these tournaments, the junior gold tournaments and all that, the qualifiers, everything in there to make scholarship money, they're going straight from that and they're bowling adult stuff. They're bowling adult tournaments, making extra money there, because especially the guys side, because the guys side's not NCAA. They don't have to follow NCAA rules, and they can go bowl, make money, and that won't affect scholarships or any of their eligibility for bowling. So, and that's what I did when I was in college. I bowled a lot of the adult tournaments all the way through college, won many of the bigger amateur tournaments as I was, just a college bowler, and made a little bit of money doing that. So I think most of the kids are choosing to do that. Unfortunately, on the women's side, there's still some non-NCAA schools, but a lot of the schools are going NCAA for the women's side. So those rules really impact them. There's not much they can bowl. They have to get out of college before they can bowl any of the PWBA stuff or anything for money, for that matter. Can't accept money, gifts, anything like that. The NCAA rules are kind of stupid in my opinion, but it's their rules. We just have to follow them. So that's just kind of the way it goes. This kind of just caught my attention. What scares me is PBA is under Bolero. Why would that scare you? USBC is technically the only independent organization we have. If USBC dies, it's on them and us as bowlers. We need checks and balance. That part I kind of agree with. I don't know why PBA being under Bolero would scare you. Like, they've done more good for the PBA in the last couple of years than anybody has the entire existence of the PBA. So I'm not really sure what that means. The USBC, as of now, believe in political correctness where the PBA believes in moral correctness. Maybe. Desperately need more competitive leagues. Why? I mean, it won't hurt, but I don't know that we desperately need them. I think I just don't see. I see leagues as just a little bit of extra moneymaker for bowling centers, to be completely honest. Most of these, most of these bowling centers are so poorly managed that they've just run off leagues. They don't care about the leagues. They understand that there's more money in rec bowling, but what they don't realize is you need a good balance in both league bowlers and rec bowling. So I would say that, a good center is going to find a way to have both leagues and open bowling. I see many. Oh, you mean, okay, I see what you're saying, Jeffrey. I see what you're saying now. More competitive leagues, as in like sport shots and stuff like that with more difficult shot. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, for sure. I mean, unfortunately, USBC screwed the pooch back in the day with regulations and all that. They did a very poor job regulating equipment and lane surfaces and lane equipment and everything else like that. I think they could have done a whole lot better. I'm not saying I know what the answers are. I'm not saying I know what they should have done. I'm just saying something different should have been done because they let it get way out of hand. They let the cat out of the bag, and once that cat got out, they allowed it to turn into a lion. And now I think we're looking at wolves right now instead of cats. I know they're a different animal, but that's what happens. We've got some evolution going on these freaking things. So it's getting crazy when it comes to all this. I just tested one of those new bowling balls that deviate Hellcat, speaking of cats. And that stupid thing hooked so early and so strong. Like it didn't, I don't know. I mean, just these balls just seem to be getting so much stronger and stronger. It doesn't matter how much volume you put on the lanes. Like this stuff is just, it's getting obnoxious, So I don't know. But my point was with the whole youth bowling thing, I got some numbers here, and here's the numbers at Junior Gold. As much as you guys want to say, some people are going to say Junior Gold's run like a shit show, and they don't do a very good job, whatever, yada yada yada. Handling over 3,000 kids in this place, going from center to center, that's a task, man. And I know it's their job, and they should figure out how to make it run a little bit more smooth. I did see some complaints again. I think you're going to get complaints no matter what. But at the end of the day, man, it's like it's tough. It's very, very tough to run those tournaments and stuff. So, but here's some numbers. The U12 boys had 227 entries. The U12 girls had 108 entries. U15 boys, 629 entries. The U15 girls, 307 entries. Now, here's the staggering one. The U18 boys had 1,208 entries just in the boys. And again, folks, these are just the kids that made it through qualifiers. This doesn't count the amount of entries that were done through all of the qualifying throughout the year. We're talking thousands upon thousands of kids that tried to make it to this tournament. And as easy as it seems to get into this tournament, it's really not that easy when you have thousands and thousands of kids not making it in. So we had 569 U18 girls. That is obnoxious. 146 U20, because that's just a couple years that you have in between there, and then 79 U20 girls. So we had a total of 1,063 female competitors on the girl side at the Junior Gold tournament. We had 2,210 competitors on the boys side, but bowling is dying. Like, wow, like those are staggering numbers. Over 3,000 entries in a tournament that runs a week in different centers on tough conditions, crowning 4 different champions, 8 different champions technically, plus other side events and stuff like that. Like, I think it's unbelievable the way that Junior Gold has grown, even with the problems that we've heard of over the years. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about how many kids are so amped up for that tournament. The amount of youth kids I see that are so pumped up to go bowl that tournament, and the good they talk about, the atmosphere and the experience they get from this thing. It's like when I worked at Turbo and we did the Turbo Tech, college recruit thing. I forget what they call it now. It's been that long ago now. when we did the coaching for that, and we had 300 or 250 kids that would sign up for that and come and get coaching from all of us. See all the amount of the positivity you would see from these kids, how happy they were to be there and just learn the game, learn the sport, try to get better. The amount of the emotion put into these kids and into the coaches at this event was just beyond what anybody sees. You don't see these things in the adult leagues and stuff, in the adult ranks. You don't see this stuff. You don't see the amount of people that approach the pros at the pro tournaments, the people that are just walking around, even at regionals, the people that are walking around with bowling pins to be signed, like at regionals. Like, I'm signing dozens of pins in 10 minutes at these pro-ams and stuff for these kids and for some adults and people who are just all over the place, and just I'm not even one of the big name guys. Like, the only reason I have much of a name is I've made a few shows and I have my YouTube channels. That's the only reason why people know who I am, because I'm out teaching, I'm out doing these things. They recognize me from this. So, like, imagine actually being a Kyle Troop or an EJ Tackett or a Jason Belmonte and walking in the bowling centers and how many people approach you, because I know I can't walk into a bowling center probably anywhere in the country without somebody knowing me and shaking my hand, saying thank you and stuff like that. And that makes me feel good. I'm not looking for validation, but it is good to know that people appreciate what we do. People do truly appreciate the professionals out there, the people that are teaching, the people who are giving you content and giving you things to look at and look forward to. It's just, some people just don't respect it and they don't understand what's truly going on in the sport. So it's really hard to hear people say that they think the sport is dying just because their Wednesday afternoon league folded. I mean, it's amazing to me that people think bowling is dying. I can understand why you're frustrated because your leagues are falling apart and stuff, but that's just from a lot of older guys just kind of quitting bowling, I guess. Or people getting fed up with what's going on. Like, I had somebody, here's the funny thing. I saw a post from somebody that in New York, they were voting to move up and raise their USBC dues again because national dues are going up again. And they wanted to raise them to $30. Okay. People have already been bitching and moaning about $25, right? And it was $13 that was going to national. And then $12 to local. So I don't even know what nationals is raising to, probably like 17 or 18 bucks, I would imagine. But so people there were people in there like, well, why are they raising it? What are we getting out of it? Blah, blah. And I cannot stand to see, and this is, some of y'all may get offended or whatever, but the bitching and moaning about a one-time fee for the year of $30 or less is beyond crazy in my mind. It's beyond crazy for people to think that they should get so much for $30. Like, what do you really think you should get for $30 other than governance, rules, regulations, and the things that USBC does? Honestly, what really do you think you should get? So many people are so still stuck on the awards and thinking they should have had awards and prizes and this and that through the whole thing. And honestly, you never should have. You never should have gotten awards or anything like that. Bowling was the only sport to ever do that, and they were dumb for doing it from the beginning. Nobody should have ever been getting rings and all that stuff. I know that's not a popular opinion, but it's true. You know what you get for a USGA membership? That's golf, by the way, for those of you that don't know. You get a freaking rule book. That's it. And I got to look up what the membership actually costs, but I bet you it's probably higher than what USBC charges. I got to imagine. Like, I can't even believe what some of these organizations that people like most people are probably a part of so many different organizations where you literally get nothing tangible and you're probably paying a lot of money for it. So I just don't understand where people's mind is at when you have to spend $30 to sanction and you think you should get something for it other than governance. I don't get it. When you're sitting there and you're spending $20 a week on 50-50 raffle tickets and you're going to win maybe once twice if you're lucky throughout the entire year. So you're spending hundreds of dollars on 50-50 tickets to win nothing. You're going to lose money at the end of the day. You're going to spend more money and lose more money on 50-50 tickets than that $30 in a year. I mean, and you get nothing for that. So I'm blown. My mind is blown with these people who are just so entitled in bowling to think they should get more than what they already get because they don't understand what they get. They don't realize that we have to have a governance. We have to have governing body. We have to have something like that. Bowling dies. I mean, bowling just becomes a free-for-all if that's the case, because you've got all these leagues that are not sanctioning anymore and just saying, well, we already know what the rules are. We can just enforce the rules ourselves. Okay. I mean, good luck. Go for it. Have fun. I mean, I don't mind beer and pizza leagues not sanctioning. It doesn't make any sense. They don't need averages. They don't need all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this whole PBA thing and, them creating their new sanctioning, their new league stuff. And, Neil Stremmel came out and made some announcements about that. If you haven't seen that, go look up on Tom Clark's page. Actually, I'm going to look it up right now and I'll read it to you so you guys can see what he said, if I can find it. And then we'll kind of I'll try to go through some comments and what have you here in a minute. But I mean, honestly, looking at the way things are, I mean, the future's fairly bright for bowling. Maybe not league bowling, but everything else I would say is doing quite well. Oops, spelled that wrong. Tom Clark, Commissioner Tom Clark. All right, let's see here. Where's the Neil Stremmel post? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Can't find it. Can't find it. I know it's here. It's got to be here. What am I missing? I think I missed it. How long ago did he post it? Maybe he took it down? No. 14? Yeah, he must have, because I don't see it anywhere. Uh-oh. But the one thing he was talking about was transparency. Being transparent about it. Family. Il Demaro winning the PBA event. Brad Angelo winning the 25th annual PBA 50 Progressive Girdman Insurance Agency Central Midwest Classic. Okay. Well, I don't see it. I don't know what happened to it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. But all right, let me go through a couple of comments here. I know I'm scroll up just a minute. I'm not seeing. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, of course. Questions. Why do most players dislike a prize fund? You'd have to tell me what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by dislike a prize fund. Bowling, like all other sports, you put in as much as you get out of it. If you're a casual bowler, then stick to it. If you want a league, find a league that will fit you. Yeah, I would agree with that. It is better to bowl two-handed or one-handed. I don't think it's better either way. I think both have their advantages and both have their disadvantages. It just depends on what you're more comfortable with and what you're more consistent with. That's all. Don't laugh at me, Jeffrey Daniels. It's not funny. I see a resurgence coming for those of us who grew up in alleys watching our parents returning to the sport after getting the kids grown up out of the house. Yeah, maybe. It's possible. A lot of those guys coming back. It should be anyway. Yeah, you got some places that are putting money into their center, like the center I'm in. They just redid all their lanes and put brand new surfaces in. So, went from a poopy surface, in my opinion, to a pretty good surface. I mean, I love practicing there. It's doing me some good. So far, the folks I have talked to about PBA League are hoping it works out. Good or bad, USBC has destroyed their reputation for many. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just the transparency behind it all. Just not showing people what's really going on. When are you going to be at Pinheads? Whenever they run their regional, I'll be back there again. What's up, Two-Handed Beast? How we doing? be that poor enforcement at the local level or the increase in folks that don't do anything where they need to sanction average. Yeah. I think a lot of the local administrations are awful and they don't do anything with the money that they should be doing, you know. Should come hang out the fisher biting. I like me some fishing. Do me some fishing. Yeah, people run off with league money, certainly. Happens all the time. You see it all the time. It's ridiculous. If you aren't on staff somewhere, it's difficult to have enough money to keep up with the sport. Well, I'll tell you, I just spent $30 to practice yesterday, so I can understand that. But I don't agree with you as far as, keeping up with the sport. I mean, you don't have to have, 15 new bowling balls every year to be able to bowl local tournaments and sweepers and stuff that's going on every weekend. Maybe at the PBA level, it makes it a little bit more difficult if you're not updating your equipment every couple of months, because you do need fresh equipment out there for sure. I'm expecting someone that doesn't bowl tournaments, just their 1 night a week league. I could see why they feel there's nothing for it. Yeah, I mean, most of those people, Dustin, it's, these with this comment, most of those people, they're like the beer and pizza league bowlers. They're not really, and it's understandable if those people don't sanction. But really, what USBC, in my opinion, what USBC or any organization should have been doing is offering a separate type of sanction for those bowlers. Something that is offered to them in a different manner, something that does give them tangible goods, or offer the additional tangible type membership for the bowlers. And I know they are partially doing that, or I heard they were doing that for awards and stuff. If you wanted awards, you could pay the additional whatever, and you get your 1 year, or one ring a year or something along those lines. So you have that option from my understanding. I think that would be good. But I think like with the beer and pizza league type people, have them instead of, no local association fees, just have them pay like, let's call it $10 for a sanction. Put $8 of it towards, national giveaways or whatever, and put all the put all the those type of sanction bowlers in a pool, put all their numbers in there, and just randomly draw gifts at the end of seasons, or each quarter of each season, kind of like I do with my membership. If you're a part of my membership, I'm going to give you guys a chance to win a free bowling ball, so it's part of it. You're a part of my membership. I'm going to give you something back. I'm going to give you a chance at something back, if we've got $1 million $10 sanction bowlers, that's $10 million or $8 million that we, $8 of the $10 that we can put aside. We can buy a car and give a car, whatever it may be. Obviously, you probably don't want to do that much, but, you could do some cool things, tickets to some of the PBA events, or, whatever it may be, flights to Vegas, free USBC entry, kind of stuff like that, I'm sure there's, laws and rules and regulations behind doing stuff like that, but I'm not really sure. Oh, you laughed when I said there'd always be complaints at Junior Gold. Yeah, there will be too. Thanks, Ish. Appreciate you there. If I'm bowling in college, can I get the money to myself, or do I have to have it in a smart account to contain? It depends on if you're bowling for, don't quote me. I don't know the rules on that, but like for me, if you're going to bowl for Junior Gold and those things, stop. If you're going to be bowling Junior Gold for Junior Team USA and stuff, I know you can't keep the money. I know it's got to go into smarter funds and stuff like that. So you got to be careful there. If you're only going to bowl college and stuff and you're not bowling Junior Gold anymore, then you don't have to worry about it. Stop. So if you zap me, I'm going to zap your butt. We've got one of these bug zappers. It's like a tennis racket. I zapped myself one time. It flipping hurt. That thing actually has got some power. Those things will sting. But yeah, so if you're not bowling junior gold and stuff, I wouldn't even worry about it. You can,
Where's that bug?
you know, if you're not NCAA, then you don't have to worry about it. So just be careful. Make sure you look into it first.
Dad, find the bug and I'll get it.
You are the bug. Zap yourself.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, that's my story for the day. Yesterday I went to practice and bowled 5 games. Actually, I bowled 4. Kid bowled 1, and it cost me $30. You know, so bowling's not cheap
It
anymore.
cost me $0.
Yeah, it's because you need a job. So, but we went bowling and we went practicing, and it was you know, it's good, but I need to practice, and I didn't want to drive all the way out to Waterford. It was 45 minutes away. So I just went down the road to Sterling Lanes and practiced a little bit there, and
I
you
bowled.
know, it's
I was crying for a minute, but I bowled.
yeah. So you know, we went, and it was just back in the day, like when I was just going to college and stuff. I spent all my money on bowling. I hear all these people complaining and saying, you know, I can't compete, I can't do this because I don't have a sponsorship, and you know, I don't get to practice for free. I didn't practice for free growing up. I went and got a job. I paid my bills, and then every other dollar that I had went to equipment and practice and everything else. That's the only reason why I got any good. I was saying earlier that that's the only reason. That's the only time I actually fully committed to to bowling. That's the only time I actually committed to practice and doing what I needed to do to get better. Were those 3 years from just out of high school till I started college. It's the only time I actually spent all my time committed to bowling. Even recently, I don't spend enough time committing to the game. You know, I put it into making videos and stuff like that, yes, but not committing enough to make myself better again. And this week I actually have started again. So I'm 4 days in of putting in some pretty good work and trying to get better again, trying to be the way I was when I was, you know, on the cusp of making shows every week, when I was actually bowling well and I had confidence again that I could make every show that I walked into, you know. So we'll get there again. I'm only 38. It's not like I'm really that old. I got lots of time. I figure I've got a solid 20 years left as long as I, you know, keep doing the things that I'm doing now. So maybe not 20 years bowling on the kids tour, because I've only got 12 until I'm eligible for the 50 tour, but you know, so that's that. Bolero has $50 to bowl 3 games every day until September. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty sweet, actually. It's not a bad deal at all, considering I just spent 30 for 5. Trying for 25 to 30 games a week. Yeah. The more you can bowl, the better. Like today, I accidentally bowled 7 games. I only meant to bowl 4. I just kept bowling. I was throwing it good, so I just kept bowling. I could feel myself get tired at the end, though. Quit it. Taking a brand new Zen Soul to get drilled tomorrow. Can't wait to throw it. All right, what time you coming to the shop? We'll drill it up. I got a few appointments tomorrow I got to get done. I got some people coming tomorrow. And my clinic filled. Actually, I've got too many on Saturday. But I figured I'm going to open it up. I'm going to keep it because it is mostly Jeff, that Friday class is on the 26th. No, buddy. So Jackson, come on. So the I'm doing the rev rate and accuracy clinics on the 26th and 27th. The Saturday filled up in 2 days, and now I have I've got 4 additional. I think where there's 16 or 17 in that. And I only wanted to have 12, but I'm keeping it open because I wanted to, since it's going to be mostly drills and practice and me basically standing in front of the group, just showing people what to do and letting you work on it and, you know, doing the drills and teaching about it, then that's why I'm going to open it up a little bit. I might take up to 20 in each class. So I think there's only like 7 or 8 on Friday, and then there's 16 or 17 on Saturday. So apparently Saturday is the time to do things, but unfortunately I don't have a lot of Saturdays off. So yeah. Yeah, I know who you are, Jeff Daniels. I know who you are. Pro shop. I'm up in Michigan, Jay. I'm in Waterford, Michigan. Yeah, but he drives me nuts. He does. I told him before, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be live. I don't need you frustrating people. And he did. He did pretty good for a little while. Now he's over here with his damn balloons. I'm about to pause this and go whoop his butt. Just kidding. Actually, I'm about to jump off here anyway. I haven't seen any of y'all joining the membership, so you need to click that membership if you want to have a chance at winning this ball. For those of you who have already joined the membership, here is the link again. Click on this link or go to this link, and that is what allows you to sign up for the ball giveaway. And then, there's also a link in there to be able to join too. So good. See, Brad, you did good. You knew I was doing a ball giveaway coming up, so you figured you'd join yesterday. Now you're ready for it for today. So good to go there. So for those of you that haven't joined, make sure to join that. And for those of you that haven't signed up for the Friday clinic on the 26th at 6 p.m. in Waterford, Michigan for rev rate and accuracy, where you'll get a t-shirt and you will get you'll get some tools to take home to be able to practice as well. So, but anyway, that's all I got for you. I kind of want to just chit chat about this whole USBC thing and bowling dying and all that. So I'm going to get out of here. So I will see you guys when I see you. Take care, guys. We'll see you.